What celebrity is now an uncle?
And what upcoming movie costs $200 million?
Making Can't Feel Like Hollywood. This is The Blurb. Welcome back. I'm your researching emo phase, Rocco Grassi.
And I'm your local Killjoy and G-Note specialist, Nate Keller.
That was good. I like that.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
I'm starting off with some more solemn news tonight. Wendy Williams has been diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia and aphasia. This news came to light last Thursday, February 22nd. It is said that the former talk show host got this diagnosis after undergoing a battery of medical tests last year. According to Wendy's representatives, she's receiving medical attention. For those of you who don't know what aphasia is a disorder that worsens a person's ability to fully express themselves and comprehend language. We here at The Blurb send our warmest wishes to Wendy as she continues to receive medical treatment.
I always forget how much of a cultural impact she had over the last a decade.
When you watch compilation videos, she's so funny.
No, it's great.
I get it.
Well, last season on The Blurb, we talked about the Joker sequel. And since we've let it simmer for a few months, we have some new information on the release date. The sequel, titled Joker 2, Fully Ado, will star Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga in the musical-style movie, playing the Joker and Harley Quinn respectively. Joker was the 6th highest-grossing film of 2019 after winning the Golden Lion at the Venice Film Festival, and the film made history as the first R-rated movie to ever gross over $1 billion worldwide. You can watch Joker 2 on October 4th of this year.
Very exciting.
Yeah, I did really like the first one, so
yeah
I'm excited.
Yeah. Former One Direction member and Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter Harry Styles is now an uncle. The singer's sister, Gemma Styles, announced on Instagram this past Friday that she has given birth to her and her partner, Michael Mlynowski's first baby girl. In her post, she writes, quote, "Hello from maternity leave. Took some time to ensure the safe travel of her baby girl, who is adored by the whole family. I know that this news can be difficult for many people, and I'm sending you lots of love," end quote. Singer has yet to make an official announcement about his niece, but I'm sure he's feeling fine line about being an uncle. Did you like that?
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah.
Well, this past week, a bunch of A-list directors banded together to save a historic LA theater. The directors posted a photo of themselves outside the theater with the message that they were, quote, the new caretakers of the Village Theater in Westwood, end quote. This came after the theater went up for sale last year. A group of directors led by Jason Reitman decided to all pitch in and buy the theater to turn it into a cultural hub for movie enthusiasts. Spielberg, one of the directors who pitched in, stated that he wanted to restore the theater to its, quote, full glory years as a film-going cultural institution, end quote. This seems like a great investment for these directors, and I can't wait to see where the project goes.
Very cool.
Right?
Very cool.
I love it.
Yeah, I know that a bunch of them were posting about being there.
Yeah.
James Gunn specifically, I know. Was
Yes,
there, so.
yes.
Well, don't go anywhere, because right after the break, the Blurb will be doing 100% accurate quizzes from the world's most reliable source,
BuzzFeed. There are two certainties in life, death and BuzzFeed quizzes answering your problems with 100% accuracy. The cast and I are here to discuss some of these quizzes that I had them take, and we're just here to discuss it. How are we feeling?
We're feeling.
Doing good?
Yeah.
Let's just jump right in it.
I feel a little gloomy to me,
I feel a little more gloomy than you, actually.
Okay, fine,
Well,
whatever.
I do want to, this is my personal favorite quiz that I always have people take, and it is, what bread are you? So I'll just start with mine. I was a soft pretzel. And the caption read, you're a bit twisted and are super salty. Some people like you when you're frozen, but you know you're at your best when you're fresh out of the oven.
Yeah, you are pretty salty, Rocco.
Right? Thank you.
Yeah, that would have to fit pretty well.
Yeah, freezing, ovens, stuff like that. You know how it is.
It'd be like that.
Anne-Marie, what was yours?
Apparently, I am a Hawaiian roll. I'm kind of sweet and totally fruity. Dinner is where I get most of my attention. I also make a great anytime snack.
That's real. You give me a Hawaiian roll vibe, you know? You've got that fruity punch to it. I mean, you gotta respect it. I love it. Okay, Michael, do you remember your answer by chance?
I was marble rye.
That's phenomenal.
I don't really know what that is. I've never had that before.
It's like a harder, like darker shaded. It's a rye. Obviously.
It's a rye. Okay,
Yeah.
that
I
makes
believe it was on a Seinfeld episode as well.
Yeah, there was like a picture of George Costanza when I got my results, so that does make sense.
I think it's actually funny too because I took the quiz and I also got pretzel bread as well. So
did you?
Yeah, I mean I don't know. Yeah, so
salty freezer pretzels. Let's go.
That was a week. That was good
here.
There we go. That's
love
better.
it.
The salty boys.
The salty boys coming at you next block. Coleman. What was yours? Do you remember?
I think it was called Patala. I'm not.
I can check. I think you were a Chala.
Chala. That's what it was.
Oh,
Yes.
He has on paper.
Oh yeah, no. I wanted to make sure that I had this accurate. It is a Chala.
You got notes.
Yes, and I do want to say, Jenny, running our wonderful cameras, was a marbled rye.
Ooh.
Right? I think it had the same answer as the Seinfeld thing, which was like, huh. So there's there's something there.
Yeah.
Go team.
Yeah,
You're pretty marbled, Jenny.
Truly.
I'm not gonna lie, I can sort of smell the Sharpie.
The Sharpie is very strong.
Yeah,
It's fresh.
Yeah, I can feel myself losing brain
Speaking
cells.
of fresh trends, I had you guys craft a 2000s playlist, and it matched you to a chic home edition that suits your taste. So, right?
So random.
It's a good one, right? No, these are actually fact checked by a wave of scientists. They are proven. So
Are they now?
Yes,
Okay, cool.
that is true. Don't ask me for my sources, but
I need a works cited page.
no. But
He said no.
so my playlist, there was a lot of Outcasts, I think, going in there, stuff like that. But my addition was a bowling alley to my house. And the caption read, listen, I know this may seem ambiguous, but if you can find space for a 60-foot straightaway, you can have your own little one-lane bowling alley. Whether you're family-oriented or have an outgoing friend group, this is fun for everyone and will definitely be memorable. Which is
You are pretty
Okay.
memorable.
Thank you.
Rocco.
job.
Thank you, Anne-Marie.
Yeah.
This was very fitting. You had a very fitting theme throughout all of your quizzes.
Yeah, I noticed this. I'm like, oh, cool. I've been assigned a type, I guess. So I got a greenhouse for that should be my addition. Which I mean, cool, but I'll probably overheat because I don't do well with heat at all.
You don't have to stay in the greenhouse. you can have another part to your house.
No.
You're not just living in the plants.
No,
photosynthesizing.
I must be one with the plants.
No, absolutely. Michael,
Yeah.
yours was a fun one. Go ahead.
Oh, please, thank you. I would love to have a library in my house, apparently.
I want a library.
It's, listen, your library doesn't have to have its own room necessarily, but it can be added to the walls of a pre-existing space. Making custom bookshelves will elevate your home. I love my library so much, and listen.
Sounds like you're pitching a library.
I'm not pitching a library. I just love
Library
libraries.
salesman.
Yeah.
No, it's good.
I just really love
and
libraries.
Joe, you had
Mine was actually that I should add an art studio to my house. And
Okay. You're an
well, the
artsy
description of
little
it
guy.
was I get a feeling you've been trying to carve out more time in your life. Be creative, but that things just keep coming up and getting in your way.
Yeah, that sounds like you.
Actually, I'm more of a procrastinator, so
That's fair. That works. That ties in.
Yes, but I mean,
You are.
I tend to be pretty creative.
Yeah,
every
you are
once in
a
while,
creative
so.
little guy.
What about you?
Coleman, we had a similar energy going. Mine was bowling alley. You had the arcade.
Yeah, I had the arcade, which I couldn't remember what the exact description was, but I'm pretty sure it had something to do with the fact that I added a lot of charming old school stuff kind of feels to it and stuff like that. I had a very
Our old soul.
disco, a disco kind of a
Disco
very
Inferno.
disco kind of feel to the arcade material and stuff
absolutely.
like that. So my vibes kind of fit for that one.
And then I will be going to Jenny's house because you're gonna have a hot tub, which it makes sense. You got that hot tub vibe, multi-millionaire,
And
you're
can I
rich,
get
you
a
got
hot
it.
tub?
Yeah, seriously.
Running through quiz 3, this was when will you get a partner? Order dinner to find out. A lot of us had the exact same answer, which was 2 to 3 weeks. Raise your hand if you had it.
I think
2
I
3
did.
weeks.
That was me.
That
That was
was the
me, buddy.
majority rise.
Everybody except Joe.
Everybody except me.
Except Joe.
Anne-Marie, yours was soon, I believe, on a
Wait
week.
a second.
No, mine
I
was
was
2 to 3.
You're soon.
Mine was
and then
soon.
Yeah,
Jenny
Joe-
was a week.
Yeah.
I
let's
just ordered pizza.
That's self-love. It's here.
What was
Love
the
myself.
hobby?
Quiz 4, yes. We'll match your with the perfect hobby when you were eating through the day. So I had painting and drawing, personally.
You sound
Yeah,
like a little kid.
Continuing with my
Your
greenhouse
theme.
theme,
Your theme.
I got gardening.
Classic.
So look
You
at
know
that.
I've never
You
gardened
also-
a day
you
in my
also-
life.
What do I do?
We're repping that child brand with the
What?
painting and drawing, my friend.
What are you talking about? What? Who?
Us.
Whatever. Okay, whatever. Listen. Apparently, I'm a little painter. I'm a little drawer as well, and I love to listen. For this quiz, I chose macarons and I chose sandwiches. That sounds pretty arty to me. So
That's good.
that makes sense. Makes sense.
What did Coleman get?
Absolutely.
I got playing an instrument, which makes sense for me because I was a big band kid in high school.
That tracks.
Yeah.
We also had in the booth. Sorry, did you go?
I actually didn't go.
Yeah.
So mine was apparently learning a foreign language, which I think is actually very funny because I'm currently at like a 272 streak on Duolingo.
Oh, that's I just
No.
Yeah, I know. I saw in your story. Speaking of which, I forgot to do my Duolingo. Mind if I do
You're
that?
gonna do that today?
No.
Mind if I do that real quick?
Yeah,
No,
No, please go ahead.
Oh, please
Speaking
don't.
of the language, we do have also Jenica. Now, I would also just, sorry, Jenica is the foreign language. I would like to just jump, learning foreign language. Apologies. I would love to run through to quiz 5 real quick, which was my personal favorite. It was the dads.
I was a camping dad.
You're a
Yeah.
camping dad, which is very
I'm also
fun.
camping dad.
I think I was, I believe we were the same one. Do you remember what it was? Garage. We were garage dads, which is very fitting because like yelling at your kid to hold the flashlight, like that's us. You know, we got that. So
I was a little griller dad. I love being a little griller dad so much. You know, I'll kiss the chef. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, basically yeah.
you are actually doing your Duolingo lesson
I'm
right
actually
now.
doing my Duolingo lesson right now. I have to do it. I have to keep my streak.
Well, for all you lovers, dreamers, and me, stay tuned for the next block where we cast the cast as Muppets.
What time is it? It is behind the Blurb o'clock. Now, who do we have behind the Blurb this week? Why, the godfather of the Blurb, Jenica Jenick themselves.
Hi, howdy. It's me. I've been here the whole time.
Quite literally. Been here the whole time. So, let's take it all back to when you joined it and when you started producing it. What made you want to be the Blurb's producer?
Originally, I wasn't originally going to even audition for the Blurb, but it had the easiest audition form to complete. And I was filling out the form the night of auditions because I found out about it that day. During my time here, the producer of the Blurb, she was kind of struggling because solo producing is tough. And she didn't have an AP or anything, so I was like, hey, I'll be your AP, teach me things. And so she did, and so when she graduated that semester, I just took over as producer because there wasn't really anyone else. But I will say, I love show running. I think it's really fun. I really enjoy getting to like create this environment.
I'll say this. When you do graduate, the next producer's got some big shoes to fill.
Thank you. It's fun to divide territory, you know? I gotta let Jessica see me. Shout out Jessica.
Shout out Jessica. You know what would be a great concept for a musical? The Blurb itself. So, producer Jenica, what would Blurb the musical look like?
You know, honestly, I'm not sure. We've been throwing around the idea of doing a musical episode, which I think would be really fun, and I really want to do that. That would just be an episode of the Blurb where everything is sung, I think.
Okay.
Which also could be fun.
If you could work with John Oliver on like any production, any set, and what would you want to work with him on?
Genuinely, I would absolutely kill to work like props for Last Week Tonight. It would be so cool. The things that they make it's just so neat.
Nice. We love John Oliver.
John Oliver.
Okay, well, I just have one more question. So, are you a man or a Muppet?
Who knows?
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to cast the cast on the Blurb tonight. There's many things that our lovely producer Jenica and I have in common, but our collective obsession with the Muppets overtakes them all. So we thought, hey, let's see what Muppet embodies each of our cast members as we try to cast the cast, Muppets edition.
Making it rhyme. I wasn't ready for you to make it rhyme. That was.
Did you like
No,
that?
I loved it.
That was good.
Wow.
All right, well, I know that you wrote this. You said
I
that
did.
Gonzo would play me.
I just want, okay, so when you do these, you got like a top 3 people that you're like, I just got a vibe, You give me Gonzo vibes.
Do I really?
You got that eccentric vibe, You're not going to forget Gonzo. The first person I thought of was Gonzo,
Yeah.
Like, you're going in it, you got that personality.
Okay, I get it. All right. Because, I mean, like, my favorite Muppet movie was The Christmas Carol. And Gonzo played Charles Dickens in that one.
He does.
and
You ever
that
seen
was-
Muppets from Space?
Yeah, I love Muppets from Space. It's not on anything, though.
I have the DVD.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh, I want
Ray Liotta is in it, and he's really good, and
Oh, I
he should have
know.
been in every Muppet movie.
That's right.
That's a genuine opinion.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah. Rocco. You wanna?
I mean, do you guys agree, Fozzie? Is Fozzie a vibe?
You're very.
I agree.
You're very stand-up
Yeah.
comedian.
Waka waka,
Bad jokes. Stand up in front of everybody. Type of person. You know what I mean?
They're bad.
Like that's you.
And you know the Muppets
That's you. behind
ABC
us. That's literally
That's
you.
me.
where he does the joke where he's like, "Oh, if you're a bear on the date, or you say you're looking for a nice bear on the dating app, people misunderstand you."
Yeah.
I think that's a very
joke.
common
Same
joke.
person.
Yeah,
That's
very
the same
Rocco
person,
joke.
guys. Literally, that's the same person.
It's everything. The hair. I mean, the Italian.
Put on a little fedora.
That's Fozzie. But it's already on. Actually, you just wait.
Oh.
Sorry, it's so high above the TV.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Yeah. Must be.
It's a good photo of me though.
Okay, so the next one.
Yeah. This is you. Go
This
ahead.
is me. I've gotten this a lot before. I remember specifically, Kenzie is watching. We talked about this in bio class while we were
out
supposed to
biology.
be doing whatever. And I got Scooter, and I put myself as Scooter. And I think that it's pretty fitting with
it's perfect.
how I
Without a
act,
doubt.
especially if I do view myself a lot as like a comic relief. And while Scooter is not a comic relief, I think he's usually a good straight man. And I think that if I am doing bits with my friends, I will usually try and be the straight man.
Were you a theater kid?
I was definitely a theater kid, and I did tech, and I did
I would
lights.
say if you were
That's
tech,
Scooter.
then that's
so
really
I
Scooter.
am
Without
pretty
a doubt.
Scooter. And Scooter's twin, who only exists in Muppet Babies, and they never really explain where she went ever after Muppet Babies.
Oh,
I think
true.
that's really interesting, and it adds like a mysterious dark background, and I'm dark and mysterious.
Maybe Scooter ate his twin sister.
Out of the womb. They're
Yeah.
fully like 5 years old. Okay.
Yeah. No. You're right.
Agreed. Well, okay. I want to say with Anarie and Coleman, they're kind of like a combo pack. I feel like they're just so similar in a vibe. So I had Anne-Marie as Animal, which I don't know. Anne-Marie just had like your love for Queen is just that's so rock.
You're
know?
so rock.
You're so rock, and
You're so
I
baby
couldn't
girl.
decide between that or Swedish Chef, which brings me to Coleman, who was the opposite. I had him for standout as Swedish Chef, but I could also see him as Animal. It was so hard for me to decide.
You're
How do you
right.
guys feel?
They are very interchangeable.
Mm-hmm.
I think I think animals are pretty good fit. Or for both of them. I
think Animal's a better fit for Anne-Marie.
In general,
Yeah.
I think Animal is an underrated Muppet in the cat because
That's a very wild take.
Woman is so good.
Yeah.
And like he's funny every time. In every single Muppet movie, Animal has like 2 or 3 scenes where he loves women, and it's awesome. And I think I don't know what you guys think about non-binary lesbian discourse, but I think Animal is a perfect non-binary lesbian.
Wow, really good.
That's unrelated.
no.
There's Jenica right there, which we were actually just about to get into that conversation. I think that Jenica would be Waldorf, who is one of the old men who, sit and make fun of Fozzie all the time. I just feel like Jenica has that. I just feel like Jenica has that, like, comedic sense that Waldorf has.
The judgmental god.
The judgmental god.
Yeah.
Well, I
It's
think
above
the
everybody else.
Peanut Gallery is a very good. Like we genuinely talk
Shout
about
out
the Peanut Gallery.
The Peanut Gallery.
Yeah.
Shout out the Peanut Gallery.
you
And I
guys
think
are-
that Waldorf is a quintessential member of the Peanut Gallery.
Yeah.
That's very
That's
true.
literally Waldorf right there, look.
There, yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
that's
next
Waldorf.
is Eric. And I think this is a pretty good one.
Did you write this one?
No, I did not.
I
He has
put
Dr.
Dr.
Bunsen Honeydew.
This is a very good one.
I just
I see it.
right.
I see it. I get
don't
it.
know. There's like he just knows. I feel like Eric's got the knowledge on everything.
Yeah.
Like he's like the honeydew of ASG.
Yeah.
You know.
For Joe, we had Sweetums. This one's great. Wait till, yeah.
Well, I think that the character fits because it's like a gentle giant type. And if you first look
Joe's a gentle giant?
I don't know if giant or gentle, but
He's so gentle.
Joe calls me names after the show is over.
You're right, I do.
but I also think Sweetums is just like you can see him holding Robin there, or just A Frog. But that
Robin
might be
is so
Robin.
cute.
But
love
I
Robin.
think that Sweetums is a very like moving character,
Okay.
and it's just about how in the first one they think he's all mean, and then he runs after them in the
Sweetums
car.
is misunderstood.
Yes.
You know?
Very true.
Like,
Yeah, I agree.
you need Sweetums for a Muppets film.
Yeah,
you know?
do.
We also had our very own Anthony Fariga as Beaker.
Yeah. I see it.
Do the thing, Anthony.
Do the thing. You know,
thing.
the thing that you always do.
Yeah.
The beaker. There it is.
There it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
I see the resemblance. I think.
It's
You see the
uncanny. No,
resemblance? No, I
that
just
is
mannerisms. That's Anthony.
Oh well, I think.
Oh, hey.
But I think that Beaker is like a little lanky, you know, and I think Anthony's a little like.
Anthony's lanky.
Would you disagree?
No, you're right.
Yeah. Okay. Next.
Do you want to say this one?
Oh, wait, are we on Peter?
Yeah.
For Peter, we had, was it Ralph?
Ralph.
Ralph.
The little dog that plays the piano.
Yeah.
I love him.
That's
he's
spot on.
he's one of my favorite Muppets. Him and Fozzie are my favorite Muppets. So
I love it.
yeah,
No,
I love
that's-
it. I don't know. Peter, you just really give big dog vibes. I don't know. I just love it.
Bro,
I also
the
think
top
that
dog.
Top dog.
I think also that Ralph is like he has like sincere moments. Like I think in the
Very
first
true.
one he's
Yeah.
playing piano and he's like he starts he like sounds really wise, but then he makes it about dog stuff and he's like, oh, you gotta chase that bone, and it's funny because
Yeah.
he's a dog.
Yeah.
And I think that Peter can like do like that well, where it's like being serious, and then joking and making it all seem like a funny joke.
Yeah.
So I actually wrote this one. I said this for our next one. Dell is Walter.
Can you expand upon this a
Can I
bit?
expand
go ahead
upon
and
this?
elaborate.
Yeah, you guys are the same person. Same person. You, I feel like, would have a whole existential crisis about whether or not you were a man or a Muppet, and then sing a song with Jason Segel about it.
Would you not?
You would, right?
No.
I think you're wrong.
You never know until it hits you.
You never know.
Until it's raining and it's, you know, you just gotta sing a song, a little diddle.
Okay,
Yeah.
should I do this one?
Yeah, do you want to do this one?
So this next one is Mia, and Mia's Janice. And Janice is one of my favorite Muppets. And I think that it's that Mia's very like free-flowing, like go with the flow, 70s, the Imagination Machine or whatever.
Very
Or,
true.
Yeah.
wait, what is the band called? I feel like a fake
sorry.
Muppets fan,
I'm
but
sorry.
I'm just blocking. But
no,
Electric.
Electric Mayhem.
Yeah,
It's the
Electric
Electric
Mayhem.
Mayhem. And I think that Janice is one of my favorite Muppets, my favorite from Electric Mayhem.
Janice
and
is
I
an
think-
icon.
That's real.
I love
You know,
her.
the three of us were like there, and then I forget, was it you that
I,
put Sam?
I
Did
brought
you
it
put
up. I
Yeah,
was like, wait,
we were
I
all
have the
like,
perfect one, and I showed them.
it was spot
and
on.
they were all like, yeah.
Yeah, not even a question. Like you know instantly.
Yeah.
They clicked.
Do you want to say Zach's?
Oh, that's all you. I don't know how to
All
say
me?
that name.
All right.
Yeah.
For Zach, we said Beauregard would play
Beauregard.
Zach.
Beauregard is a little more niche Muppet.
A little more niche.
He is the janitor for the theater that they use in the Muppet Show.
Yeah.
And he is like kind of like Scruff from Futurama. If you know Futurama, Scruff from Futurama and Beauregard from the Muppets are very similar characters. And it's like he's kind of no nonsense, but then is also all about nonsense. And I think
Yeah.
that fits Zach a lot.
Yeah. Do you want to say Jen's?
Jen, we had Miss Piggy. She is
Jen
the moment.
is so Miss Piggy.
You
So
are
the moment. Such a diva.
Everything, you know.
Like,
I mean,
we love you, Jen.
like you know, because when Jen walks into the studio, like she has that presence.
A
yeah.
presence.
Like you feel it.
The
You just have that
empowerment,
aura
the female
in the
empowerment
room,
that is
you
Miss
know?
Piggy.
Yeah.
You know, Party for One?
Yeah.
I think that is a really good song, and I love Miss Piggy as a character.
True.
That's real.
Muppets Most Wanted is so good. Oh my god. And every Waldorf needs his Statler. So we cast Fennel as Statler, as the other old guy.
That was really good.
Isn't that so cute? Isn't that
love
great?
it.
I have a special note to add for this. Last week when I said I was a hater, Fennel came up to me personally and said that I need to keep being a hater. And I think that's exactly what Statler would say. I think
Statler would say that.
is
That's
one of
real.
the biggest haters in all of the Muppets, and I respect him for it, and he is hilarious. And
You
I
know
think from the little I've talked to Fennel, I think it fits very well.
Statler's the realest one there, you know?
Yeah.
You need that harsh criticism.
Yeah. Really
Real quick, I do
yeah.
want to say, with Ariana, who hasn't been here, we're missing her very dearly. We do have Thog as her character. We don't have the photo up. Big blue guy. You know him.
I don't know.
Is he in here?
Picture? He's not.
No,
you can
he's
look him
not.
up. You can look up Thog.
Love him.
It's great, but he is Ariana. Well, this has been The Muppet Show with special guests Nick, Rocco, and Sam. But stay tuned as another group of Muppets decide what sequels are better than the originals.
From Jaws 2 through 4, Gremlins 2, and all of the horrendous direct-to-video Disney sequels, there are so many movies that didn't need to be made into a series. But what doesn't get talked about enough are the sequels that are better than the originals. I have a big opinion here that I put at the top of the list. I think High School Musical 2 is leagues better than High School Musical 1.
I think you're wrong. I think High School Musical 3 is the supreme High School Musical.
Really?
But
You're
I'll-
being genuine with that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
And
crazy.
then there's me who hasn't seen any of them.
High School Musical
But
2
I
is
do love the song
best.
every
Y'all
time.
have seen the scene where Zac Efron's out there bouncing basketballs
Have you seen
around
Bet on
spinning
It?
hallways.
Have you seen Bet on It?
Yes, I've seen Bet on It.
Bet on It is
Not to
way
mention
better.
Scream is 1,000 times better. I said what I said.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
I
but
said
what
I
about
said.
Fabulous?
Fabulous?
with
Yeah.
Sharpay?
No, Fabulous
Come
is
on.
great. I'm not saying.
Here's the thing that why I think that Bet on It is better than Scream, especially the single part where he looks into the water and he's like, can't even recognize your face, and he splashes the water.
Yeah.
It's such a
became
lonely
a meme.
place. Ooh. You're telling me, I'm sorry, the rotating hallway is cool, but that song is awesome, and the choreography where he just doesn't know what to do and he keeps going like this.
Okay.
Got a bed on my swing,
Okay.
you know?
I'll
I
stay
think
with you on
I
this one.
remember that song a lot, like significantly more than any other song. In
Yeah.
It's very
series.
memed.
And I
It
Don't
is,
Dance,
but-
Yes.
the queer
I Don't
highlight
Dance
of
is
the whole
so
series.
good.
What are your thoughts on, have you seen High School Musical 2?
I have not.
Oh, okay.
unfortunately.
Have you seen High School Musical 1?
I have. Actually, I've seen bits and parts of it.
Peter has seen these next movies though.
Oh, yeah. Okay, next one is, I think this is an obvious opinion, but it might not come to mind. Empire Strikes Back is better than A New Hope.
I think this is a very widely popular opinion.
Yeah,
I would say,
I agree.
just because that's the moment right there.
Yeah.
Like that one had one of the most defining moments of the entire franchise, and it really set a whole standard for
Yoda?
it. So
I mean, that's
yeah, that was Yoda's
that's
first
crazy.
appearance.
It itself is just a cultural phenomenon. I mean,
Yeah, like
And I think it has way better, like, Star Wars is not meant for its dialogue because George Lucas is not good at writing dialogue objectively.
you're
but I
right.
think this one has way better dialogue
right.
than A New Hope, where it's like, oh, I was gonna go down and buy some chargers or
Yeah.
whatever. It's like I
going
think
down
that
to Tashi Station pick up some power converters.
that's what it is, and I think that they're all just better in this one.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm with you.
Next, Terminator 2: Judgment Day.
Absolutely.
Better than
Yes,
Terminator.
yeah.
Absolutely.
That's the best one.
It's so good.
100%.
Nothing beats Terminator 2.
To be honest, I forget about Terminator 1 sometimes. Because when I think about Terminator, I think about Terminator 2. When the T-2000 or whatever, the guy phases through the police bars and then he turns his hand into a knife. I mean,
Yeah, it's so
Iconic.
sick. Like the CGI was so good. in that
the
movie.
effects in that movie
I know,
are
for
amazing
when
for
that came
time.
out, it
It
was,
was amazing.
yeah.
And I think that's because it's a mix of practical and digital effects. While a lot of movies now where it's like they look bad, it's because they only were using digital instead of also using practical effects, which James Cameron is amazing at doing. I mean, Titanic and even Terminator, I think that
Yeah.
he is great with that.
Yeah. Now, actually, this one, I think it was just you two.
Yeah.
You said that you think Spider-Man 2 is better than Spider-Man 1.
This is Sam Raimi.
I have to
Sam
disagree with
Raimi.
on this.
Sam Raimi
With
Spider-Man.
Dr.
I
Octopus?
disagree with you on this one
Yeah.
too. But
that was
that's,
that's a great one with Dr. Octopus.
I think they're
I
both
feel like-
great, but I think that no one's ever gonna beat Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin. It's so
Honestly.
iconic.
I think maybe
Yeah,
the
he's so
villain was
iconic.
better in the first one, but I feel like the entire plot and everything about the second one was just better, except for the villain maybe.
I agree.
Yeah.
With
It
you.
was the arc of the second movie that made it seem more drastic. You know,
Yeah,
the
you're right.
odds were really
And
against him.
I think
It
that
did.
it is better at setting up Spider-Man 3 kind of than
right.
Spider-Man 1. Even if it didn't pay out, I think Spider-Man 2 is better at setting up
You're
Spider-Man
true,
3.
because that is where Harry finds out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also it's really
So does
funny.
MJ.
And I think that people forget about how funny this is, and I think it is funnier than 1. And just the whole plot, I think
Three's
you
the
explore the
funniest, though.
character a lot more.
That's so true.
3's the funniest though.
And you see more Peter Parker, and I think that's always good in a Spider-Man, or even like Batman movies. Sometimes I think they tend to show a lot of Batman and not a lot of Bruce Wayne, and I think that
Yeah.
a good example where they show a lot of Batman and do it well is Dark Knight, which is way better than Batman Begins.
Yeah. Great
100%.
segue.
Do you have thoughts?
I mean, The Dark Knight like introduces like one of like the best villains in like cinematic history, and Heath Ledger like steals the show in The Dark Knight. Even though it is supposed to be Batman's film, Heath Ledger steals it by playing Joker.
I just think that as Batman movies go, I think that they're probably some of the best. And as movies, period, The Dark Knight is like way up there.
I think they also did like Batman Bruce Wayne really well. Like I remember the one scene like Bruce like crashes into like an ambulance or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or crashes in front of a car or whatever. And he's like he plays it off really well. He's like, "Oh, did I do something good?" And he knows what he did, but
Yeah.
he's like
Lying.
he's like lying obviously, but he does it really well. It's really cool to watch.
And I think, like you said, we talked about Spider-Man, we talked about Willem Dafoe, we talked about Dr. Octopus, Heath Ledger Joker as his last role, right?
It was.
I think
because he won an Oscar for it.
I think it's
post-mortem.
great.
So.
And I think that it really does steal the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who put this one?
This one.
I agree with this one. I wasn't arguing.
Okay, I was asking my roommate Jacob, and they prefer Aliens, directed by James Cameron again. Also, amazing use of special effects over Aliens, directed by Ridley Scott.
Alien. Singular.
Alien.
Singular.
I have not seen both of these films.
Aliens is miles better.
I've only seen the first one.
You gotta try Aliens.
What
It's
makes
so
Aliens that step above Alien?
First of all, there's like a lot more human characters.
Yeah.
And also Ripley's just awesome. And also it's called Aliens. It has that little S in the end because there is like thousands of them. And you meet the alien queen.
Do they smoke in this one? Because I know in Alien they smoke on the spaceship. I don't know the last time you saw Alien.
What?
But they are chain smoking on a space. That's how 70s that movie is.
Oh.
They are chain smoking.
I don't remember. It's been a while. This came out.
On
This
a
came out in the
spaceship.
80s. Came out a while after the first movie.
Here's another one. Superhero movie fans. Thor Ragnarok. One of the best Marvel movies and better than all of the Thor movies. Coleman, you seem very strong.
I will always stand by that. I love how that. I love how they, Yep. First off, Taika Waititi is extremely hilarious.
Sometimes.
Hilarious in that movie.
Sometimes
More funny on a train. But anyway, like realistically, I personally love like the plot attribution with like the arc of Mjolnir's destruction and stuff like that, and how Thor went through that character arc, if you will,
and I think
going through like a new weapon.
One thing Thor Ragnarok does really well is that it plays and makes fun of the earlier Thor film, showing that it knows that it's better. Do you guys have any last thoughts?
No.
I really love Loki in this film.
Loki is really
Loki and Thor
Loki's
Ragnarok is like the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there.
Better sequels aren't only in movies, they can be in albums too. One great example is how Green Day's Dookie is better than Kerplunk. Let's hear more about Green Day in the upcoming quiz.
Welcome back. Did you know that Dookie is 30 years old today? It's crazy. So as we celebrate the 30th anniversary of one of Green Day's most influential albums, it might be time to listen to me whine about these Green Day trivia questions. Our contestants will be given a question with multiple choices and will have to answer the one that is correct. If contestants get it correct, they will receive a point. If they don't get it, too bad, so sad. Anyways, we got our contestants here. We got Anne-Marie, Zach, Jen, and Mia. Say hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hey.
A little more passion, please.
Hi. Hey, Joe.
Not passion.
Energy.
All right, so I've got a couple questions here about Green Day, so let's see how many you can get correct. Number one, this girl has a peculiar name. After all, I met her on the eve of my birthday. What is the name of the girl? Is it A, Adrian, B, Hoshinka, C, Jinx, or D, Gloria?
Oh no, it's not on.
Just raise your hand.
Egg no work.
Jen.
Gloria.
That is incorrect.
Dang it.
Anyone else?
Womp.
Mia.
Whatever C was.
Jinx, that is incorrect.
Oh, but it's always C.
Anyone else?
Okay, she's on now.
No? The answer was B, Hoshinka.
What?
Oh.
Hello?
Okay.
Jinx was the
Never in my
Jinx
life.
is close.
Absolutely
Because
not.
in Nimrod is the first track. Hoshinka is the second track, and the track goes, Hoshinka is a girl with a very peculiar name.
C is always the answer. Kind of.
C is always.
Not really.
I don't know about that.
Oh!
I don't know about that, Chief.
That's a really hot
Next,
take.
let's get next question. Revolution Radio, which was an album that was released in 2016, features a track with the same name that Billy Joe starred in. What is the name of it? Is it A, Outlaws, B, Youngblood, C, Ordinary World, or D, Somewhere Now? Mia.
Whatever C was.
Ordinary World is correct.
I was gonna guess C is right.
No way.
Strat.
That is correct.
Strat, you're doing it.
Number 3. On the topic of Ordinary World, Billy Joe spoke to Rolling Stone and claimed that Ordinary World was considered an extension to which track? Is it A, 2,000 Light Years Away, B, Wake Me Up When September Ends, C, Theory of Reality, or D, Sweet 16? Mia.
C.
That is incorrect.
She just keeps guessing. Can you repeat the answers again? I'm so sorry.
Is it A, 2,000 Light Years Away, B, Wake Me Up When September Ends, C, Theory of Reality, or D, Sweet 16? Anne-Marie.
What is it? A?
It is A, 2,000 Light Years Away, which was featured on Kerplunk. So congratulations. Number 4. You might want to press the reset on that because it's still going off.
Oh, I'm trying. Sorry.
Number 4. The network, which rose up to fame randomly in 2003, is said to have been made up of members from Green Day and the group Devo. How many members of Devo were said to be associated with the network? Is it A, 1, 2, B, 2, C, 3, or D, they were all associated?
Was it all of them?
That is incorrect.
Oh.
I know what's happening. I'm gonna say 2.
That is correct. 2 members were made up the network that were part of Devo.
Rip.
Nice.
I broke my egg.
Oh. Oh no.
Number
Don't
5.
break it.
Welcome to Paradise is a well-known track from the 1994 album Dookie, but this track was featured on another album. What album was it also featured on? Is it A, Insomniac? Is it A, Insomniac, B, 1039, Smooth Out, Slappy Hours, C, Warning, or D, Kerplunk?
C.
Mia said C.
It is not C.
Sorry.
Is it A?
It is not A. It is not Insomniac.
Was it D?
It was actually D. Yes, that is correct.
Proud.
Number 6. While Longview does contain some rather explicit material and how much of a loser one can be, it does contain a rather sick bass part performed by Mike Turned. How did he come up with this bass part? A, he was tripping on drugs. B, Mike got inspiration from watching a movie. C, during a studio session, Mike came up with it on the spot. Or D, Mike took inspiration from a song called Pretenders of Love. Mia.
Drugs are always the answer.
Wait.
No,
what about the
I was gonna say A,
The buzzer.
but I got it.
sorry.
I got it first.
They both guessed A.
We
Is that
They
right?
both guessed A. I
Yeah.
guess
Yeah.
they are
You
both
can have
correct.
it.
It was.
You can
Yeah,
have
give it to
it.
both of them.
Zach did do it first, so.
Yeah.
The answer
Yeah.
was actually
I
A.
steal.
So
Drugs are always the
Yep.
answer, Zach.
it is not always the answer. Please
Sorry.
don't. Number 7. This talk show host claimed he was actually frightened by the drummer Trey Cool. Was it Jimmy Kimmel, Bill Cohen, John Oliver, or David Letterman?
I'm gonna say John Oliver.
That is incorrect.
Was it Kimmel?
That is incorrect.
Letterman?
It was Letterman. That is correct. Letterman and Trey Cool do have a bit of a repertoire with each other.
Oh.
Number 8. Good Riddance, Time of Your Life, a personal favorite of mine, discusses the tragedy of time and how we must accept the present. Who did Billy Joe write it for? Was it A, his dad, B, his mother, C, his girlfriend, or D, his wife?
C.
That is correct. It was his girlfriend. And bonus if you can tell, I've got bonus if you can tell me where the girlfriend was moving to.
Ohio.
That is incorrect. It was actually Ecuador.
Narnia.
It's always Ohio.
Close enough.
Close enough.
Same thing.
It's always Ohio.
But now we can get to actually a follow-up question. Which album was Good Riddance going to be released for initially? Was it A, Kerplunk, B, Dookie, C, Insomniac, or D, Shenanigans? Who buzzed in?
Mia.
C.
It was actually Insomniac. You are correct.
Dude.
Guys, you rigged it.
They said that they created a demo
just really
for
good.
Insomniac,
Yeah.
but it was never featured until Nimrod.
Just so smart.
Number 10. American Idiot tends to have 2 tracks flow into each other, creating a single track. How many times is this done in American Idiot? Is it A, 2, B, 3, C, 4, or D, 5?
Is it 4?
It is actually 4. Congratulations. Number 11. Demolicious, an album that was released in 2014, is a remaster of which album? Is it A, Uno, B, Dos, C, Trace, or D, all of the above? This is going to be the last question, by the way. So,
It was Emery.
who is it?
All of the above.
That is correct. It is all the above. And unfortunately, that is all the time we've got for this episode of The Blurb. Who won?
Mia.
Mia won. Congratulations.
Come on, dude. Where's the answer?
Unfortunately, that is all the time we have for this episode of The Blurb. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube to get more of Hollywood at Kent State. Don't forget to tune in next week for more celebrity. Have a great night, everybody.